If you are targeting any position in data science domain, you need a starting point. And the best starting point for any data science profile is Python. Because if you are a non-technical, if you are from a non-technical background, or you are an absolute beginner, you need technical understanding. And programming language is the best thing to start with, because once you understand programming, it will be very easy to understand other technical subjects, because it will help you develop logics. It will help you um, gain the skill of problem solving. And this will be very helpful while you work in this domain, because data science is a huge field. Okay. There can be subdomain, and you can niche down to different skills and build your portfolio accordingly. But the starting point should be a programming language, and Python is best for it. Okay, so I created this roadmap for absolute beginners. So if you haven't worked on any programming language before, you can start with this. Those who are from non-technical background also work on this, and those who already worked on any programming language and want to switch into um, Python, so they can also go through this. Okay, they will understand faster. Okay, it will take you around 2 months to complete this if you are an absolute beginner, and those who already know other languages can complete this roadmap maximum 30 days, not more than that, or maybe 15 days or maybe 1 week. Okay, this roadmap contains 15 plus different projects. I segregated 30 topics that are very much important. Uh, there will be 500 plus practice questions, topic wise, that you have to solve to build logic. Once you know the logic building, you will easily move forward with any position you are targeting. Okay. Also, I will cover data science um, topics in near future, and all the subtopics that are available in this roadmap will be uploaded on YouTube. Okay, so you can learn for free. I included data structures and algorithms for data professionals and other software developers. Maybe data structures and algorithms are not very much important for data science professional, because we are not software developers and we don't need um, in-depth understanding of algorithm building. But in most interviews, they will ask about algorithms, because in near future, when you work on machine learning or you're targeting machine learning engineer position, um, data structures and algorithm will help you. If you understand the basics, you can understand the algorithm. Okay, so that's why it is important. So you should know data structures and algorithm. It will um, help you at the end. Okay, let's understand all these topics and move forward with this roadmap. I created this roadmap with 8 chapters with 30 topics. 8 chapters are divided like this. So my first chapter contains 12 topics. These 12 topics are the foundation of Python. You can start here and you will see these topics. These are the foundation of Python. And once you understand this, we will move forward with advanced topics. So this is the starting point. If you open this, you will see a blog, kind of a blog. You will get this blog on Medium as well. But if you go through these, this is for absolute beginners, those who want to understand why Python, why we are learning Python, why it is important. After learning Python, what type of fields I can touch, um, who are currently using Python. Big tech is using Python, different companies using Python, Google, Netflix, Instagram. Okay. Um, so that's why this blog is important. You will understand why we are going to work on Python, not any other language. What are the features of Python? That's why this blog is important. So if you are starting, start with this. Okay. Now we have other 10 topics, 11 topics The first is basics, variables, data types, first program of Python. Okay. Then we have operators. Each mathematical expression that we are going to build, or each logic that we are going to build, we need some operations to perform. Okay. That's why operators are very important. It will also give you in-depth understanding of the lower level coding, that is called chip coding, or how my hardware is working using a software. Okay. So operators are very important. Now, the next topic is conditional statements. Conditional statements are used for um, giving a condition and executing a code in a such a way that if the code, if the condition is true, it will execute the code, and if it is not, it will not execute the code. Just like when you enter your password, if it matches, it will give you access to the website, or it will throw an error. Similar to this. Okay. We have while loops. We have most of the time we have to work on customizable code. We have to customize our logic, and this while loop will help you execute a certain code multiple times. So if you want to execute a code multiple times, you can use while loop. While loops are little bit customizable, and for loops on the other hand are little bit automatic. Okay, you can see that. We have list. List is alternative to arrays with some more features. Okay. List, strings, functions, dictionaries, tuple, set. These are data structures of Python. Okay. Python give us these type of data structures to store data in certain format, and that can be enhancing our performance while we code. Okay. So these are very important: strings, for loop, functions, creating chunks of your code and executing on demand. Okay. Dictionaries, tuples, and set. Once you complete the chapter one, you can open any of those. You will go forward and cover up each topic, or every topic will be available on YouTube. So you don't need to worry about it. You will get the code on GitHub. Okay. So this is my first topic, first chapter. List, strings, these are very important. Uh, Tuple, set, and dictionary. These are also important because data comes in different format. Okay, so we have to deal with every type of data. Okay, that's why we have different structures. Now, when you move to chapter 2, you will see that these are some advanced concepts available. These are very important. We have to understand object oriented programming, or object oriented methodology, or object orientation. You can name anything. This is very important because Python itself work on object orientation. You will see that there are not data types available. There are actual structures available. There are already available objects and classes. Okay, that's why object orientation is important. Once you understand object orientation, you will easily understand that how we are getting different modules in your code and executing a code. For example, if I want TensorFlow, you can import that, you can install that, and you will use different classes available inside it. Okay. If you understand the structure of classes and object, you can easily understand if you are using a third party class. Correct? Now, we have file handling. This is also important because as a data professional, you are going to work on data, obviously. So you have to deal different files. It can be PDF, it can be CSV, it can be anything. Okay, it can be images, text files. We have exception handling. Okay, exception handlings are those type of errors that cannot be solved. Okay, so these are errors that cannot be solved, but that can only be handled. Okay, then we have regular expression. Regular expression is solving or creating an equation that can satisfy your data set, and you can create different expression strings so that you don't have to write code for each and every one. Okay, we have modules and packages. These are very important because ultimately we have to create our own modules and packages. And if you want to move forward with creating a project and deploying it, you need modules and packages structure to build your Flask API, or if you want to deploy your project. Okay, so this is very important. After that, after completing chapter 2, we have chapter 3, that is data structures. It's like understanding what's happening behind the scenes, how all algorithms are already built, pre-built, and now how we are going to work on this. Okay, so when you open this, we have two phases in it. The first, this one is just the basic understanding of data structures and algorithm. You can see common points here. Okay, variables, data type, data structures, algorithm, how we analyze an algorithm, what is time complexity and what is space complexity, and different notations. Okay, these notations will help us understand mm, how my algorithm is going to work. Will it be good or not? Okay, so we have two sections in data structures and algorithms. Data structures are these. These are the phase one. We will going to build from scratch each algorithm. Understand this. If you can build any algorithm from scratch, that means from zero, you're not using pre-built algorithms, you will better understand everything. Okay, what is happening behind the scene, what is happening on the lower level, how you are creating classes and object for it, everything. Okay, then we have algorithms. Let's array different algorithms are available, how to search, how to perform search, how to perform hashing, how to perform different string operations. So these are algorithm phase two. And the last part is dynamic programming. This is a whole different subject. So we will cover this in future sessions. But um, we will see some of the topics of dynamic programming, and we will create a different roadmap for it. Okay, because it's a huge topic. Now, this is my data structures. Next thing is higher order functions. There are so many higher order functions available in Python, and we are going to use it when we working with any API or creating our own API. So if you open this, you will see these type of functions, closers and decorators. These are very important. Okay. Now we have chapter 5. Chapter 5. Okay. Chapter 5 is how to create an environment, how to create an virtual environment. Now, virtual environment is kind of a folder where you can store your project files. What type of dependencies your project need, all those dependencies will be pre-installed in your folder. Okay, so that's why we create virtual environment. Virtual environment is very important when you work in a team or you're building a model. If you create a virtual environment, it will be very easy to for other developers or other machine learning engineers to easily understand what type of files or dependencies we are already using. Okay, so they don't have to create their own virtual environment. We are going to create single virtual environment on our server, and uh, all the teammates will collaborate on it. Okay, now we have Python packages, different Python packages available. How to create web application, how to create APIs. APIs are very important. Application programming interface. We are going to create a code. We will put it on server, and it will execute on demand. When someone hits that URL, it will execute the code and return something. Okay, request and response in this format. So how we are going to build our own API. Okay, so this is very important. We are going to use Flask for this because Flask is the best for uh, when you don't know about web development. So starting point can be Flask. It is best. You can go for Django as well, but Django comes with MVD architecture. Okay, so that's why Flask is very important. Okay, now Flask and we can use databases. So we have NoSQL, that is MongoDB. So we can use MongoDB very easily with our Python integration. Okay, so this is our chapter 5. Chapter 6 is web scraping, GitHub, and deployment. Okay, so whatever project we are working on, we are going to deploy it using GitHub. Each code, each topic's code will be available on GitHub. We will use any cloud service. It can be Heroku, it can be Render, it can be AWS, Azure, GCP. Okay, these type of cloud services, and we are going to deploy our project. Okay, so that's why it is important. We should know the web scraping, um, and this is very important while you are a data professional and you are going to use that. Okay, you're going to need this web scraping concepts so you can understand how to scrap data from any source. Okay, then we have chapter 7, that is working with data, and we are going to work on statistics a little bit with NumPy. NumPy is numeric Python. So if you want to work on data side, so starting point for that will be NumPy. NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. These three are the most important libraries available. We can analyze our data. We can perform EDA, exploratory data analysis, using Python and Pandas. Okay, Pandas is a data analytics library. Okay, we have data visualization with Matplotlib. We have other um, packages also like Matplotlib, Seaborn. Okay, we can use those as well. This is the foundation for data journey. Okay, so once you cover this, all these 7 chapters, you will be able to understand what is happening in the world. Okay, you will see that um, different developers are working on different things, and you can use their work. You can use those open source projects. Okay, so these are very important. Okay, so that's it. This is our um, these are our 7 chapter, and the 8th one is to understand what to do next. So for what to do next, we have certain options. What position you are targeting, it depends on that. So if you are targeting data analysts, so we have a roadmap for you. That is this. This is my data analyst roadmap. You can go through this, or you can find that on the YouTube channel. This is a 8-week program. You can learn everything. Code will be available on um, GitHub. Okay. Now, apart from this, I'm going to start a live batch. This live batch um is part of data science program. Okay. Um, I will cover all these chapters. So if you want to learn on your own, you will find everything on YouTube and GitHub. You can do that for free. But if you want to join the live session, you can join my live session here. Okay. So if you are from India, you can register here. And if you are from any other country, you can register here. Okay. You can join this community so that you will find different professionals here. Those are from non-technical background. You can join Telegram channel for different resources. Every resource will be available there. Okay. So this is a live batch. It will start in May 2nd week. Okay. And this is also part of data science full stack um, live batch. Okay. So you will see different clients available here. So let me scroll it down. Okay. If you want to know my teaching pattern, you will see on YouTube, obviously. You have the coding part as well. And the other one is newsletter. So if you want to work on or understand data, product, AI, so you can go through this newsletter as well. Okay. So if you want to join, you can join this live session. Apart from it, the last part is the data science ML full stack. Okay. So this is a roadmap. I covered everything that is available, um, and somebody need to start a career in data science. Okay, so this is a roadmap for data science. It will cover 16 topics. These are the 16 topics. And uh, this is what I already told you about. That is the Python and logic building. Python and data structures are the same that we covered right now of our roadmap. And these are the other topics. Okay. So these are the 16 topics we are going to cover, and you will see all the details about this. We are going to cover these two topics on the first month, these topic on second month, and that way we are going to cover 16 different topics in 8 months. Okay, so you will see all this content for free on my website or on the famous GitHub repo. Okay, so you can go through all of these, and if you want to join this particular live batch, you can do that as well. Okay, so here are the details. Everything is available here. So if you have any doubts, you can just ping me on WhatsApp. This is my number, and that's it. Okay, so these are the live batch, and you can just go on to LinkedIn and you will understand. You will get the link for this particular thing also in the description section. Okay. So that's it. We are going to start Python and data structures in next month, May 15th. Okay. So if you want to join the live, let me know. And that's it. Even though you're not joining the live batch, you can learn for free. Also, if you uh, have any doubts regarding any of the topics, you can just ask in the community group. Anyone can help you, and you can ping me also. Okay. That's it. So if you have any doubts regarding anything, you can just comment and comment section. Okay, you just put your questions in comment section. That's it. Bye bye. Thank you.